So this is a quick video on activation energy. So just as a quick recap, activation energy can also be written as EA, as we'll see later on, and it's the energy required to initiate the reaction. Different reactions will have different amounts of activation energy, and if they have low activation energy, then they need little energy to start the reaction, so they occur readily and are therefore more spontaneous. Catalysts will affect the activation energy. They will lower the activation energy. And this is because it will provide a different pathway to reach that. By lowering the activation energy, you've got more molecules which are going to have enough energy to collide. And you're also then going to have more reaction and a faster reaction, which is why a catalyst increases the rate of reaction. So if we look at that in terms of on an energy diagram, here we have just a standard energy diagram, and you can see here that we have your uncatalyzed reaction shown in black and the catalyzed reaction shown in blue. And what we can see is that if we look at the energy of the reactants and the products, this doesn't change, and we know that catalysts don't change the amount of reactants needed or the amount of product that is produced. All it does is changes the amount of activation energy that's needed to start the reaction. So looking at this, we can see that the catalyzed reaction has a much smaller activation energy, meaning it has a much smaller barrier that it needs to overcome in order to start this reaction. The uncatalyzed reaction has a much greater activation energy, therefore there's a much greater barrier that's needed to overcome. So we have a lower activation energy. The molecules are able to have more energy, and more of the molecules have this energy, which means that more of them will collide successfully in the right orientation with the right molecules and start the reaction, and then we will get a spiraling of the reaction, and the reaction will start. So in summary, essentially, the lower the activation energy, the more spontaneous the reaction will occur. A catalyst will lower the activation energy without changing the amount of product produced by providing an alternate pathway, and this allows the reaction to happen faster.